How about that? Better? Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We welcome you inside Iroquois Park Sports Center here in Whitby, Ontario for the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League semifinals for the 10th time since Orangeville became a Junior A club in 1991. The Orangeville Northmen and Whitby Warriors will go head-to-head. And for record's sake, the Northmen are 6-3 throughout that series. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside Jonathan Donville and the JVI Sports Network as this playoff series is powered by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Whitby will be in white. They get here via a sweep of St. Catharines. And the Orangeville Northmen defeating the Oakville Buzz in 5 games. I think we're still on a high from that game we saw the other night, Jonathan.
Yeah, absolutely. Orangeville coming off a very emotional series. They have a lot of momentum, but also that game was just 2 nights ago and a long trip to Whitby as well. Whitby maybe slightly less momentum from less emotion than Orangeville, but certainly more rest, and we'll expect to see some fresh legs. Expect to try to see Whitby use that to their advantage early.
We will have this series in its entirety for you right here on the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League YouTube channel, so be sure you're subscribed and your notifications are turned on. Tomorrow night, the only one we're able to broadcast between Toronto Beaches and Burlington Chiefs. How about that? A face-off violation on the opening face-off of the game. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what the call is there. It must have been Whitby player not coming down properly for the face-off. But whatever it is, the official is definitely trying to set the tone here early.
Officials looking good in their new uniforms as well. Blair Ferguson, Mike Melvin, and John Vandergiesen as here comes Whitby in transition. They'll open the scoring behind Chris Origlieri.
Yeah, this is a nice play by Darlison. Orangeville actually had a pretty good look out of this. Nice play to knock the pass down. And then Darlison just beats his man, beats Colton Marquis all the way to the goal. And that's actually a good example of what I was just talking about with the fresh legs. Marquis, as we've seen, has plenty of pop in these playoffs. He had about a 5 to 10 foot head start there, and Darlison just went right by him. Just, maybe not, but just maybe a sign of a fresher team here early on with Whitby.
Well, in a long drive through 401 traffic and 407 traffic for Orangeville as well. So any number of things could be coming into play here tonight, especially early on. Whitby cycling. That one bounces in on Origlieri. It's Liam Wright down to our right getting the start here for Whitby. Most of the season had been Caleb Martin. So I'm not sure if there's anything up with Caleb Martin, or we did see Liam Wright get a couple starts at the tail end of that St. Catharines series.
Yeah, something to watch for over the course of this series too. Orangeville is kind of a strength on strength in terms of both teams were really good defensively. This is the opposite. This is Whitby's strength is their offense. The highest scoring offense in the league, certainly in the playoffs. And Orangeville's defense has proven to be the second best in the regular season, and were dominant really in that first round.
That time the ball bounces away from Tristan Tempers. Couldn't get it to Brock Haley, number 22, 74 goals in the regular season. Only the second 70-plus we've seen in the last about 20 years or so. Him and Austin Stotts back in 2016.
Yeah, by any way you measure it, one of the best goal-scoring seasons of all time.
Trey Deer can score as well as that one skips through Liam Wright.
This one seems to kind of wrong-footed Wright a little bit. Wright seems like he thought he was going to pull it back closer to the short side. And Deer just gets him leaning a little bit and just buries it to the bottom left corner. This is going to be a good angle. Yeah, that's an awesome shot from Deer. Pretty far out, but just steps right in, shoots it around his defender, and picks a nice corner. And we're off to a quick goal-scoring start after last game we called was just 1-0 after the first period.
Colton Marquis on the assist. Not listed on our score sheet here, but has been in that 24 uni all season after bursting on the scene out of the bubble tournament last year. Face-off will be picked up by Lucas Littlejohn, pulling it out of the pile. Jack Oldman there to help out. Look, how is that not over and back? Yeah, I think the official was caught off guard too.
Sloppy start or sloppy play there from Whitby. Just loses sight of the line and uncaused or unforced error.
Julian Belair running off the bench. That shot bouncing just wide. Goes straight to Jamison Bucktooth, however, the OJLL first overall pick. Now on the far side, Marquis falls down, and this is going to open the door for Whitby. Running back again in transition, and this time Peyton Wallace shoots just wide. Went through the crease as well, did Wallace, so ball will go to Aiden Long and the Northmen.
And a second good look, though, through 3 minutes of play here that Whitby's had in transition. 2 breakaways already.
Liam Matthews in the corner to Deer, the return pass, and the shot bouncing through the crease before it was picked up by the Whitby defense, and just kind of a half-hearted sidearm attempt. Got to hurry, only 8 to get over center, and Whitby does not do it. There in the stick of Owen Tapper. Aiden Long back to the corner for Matthews again. The statistical leader in pretty much every category for the Orangeville Northmen offensively through the regular season. Missed a couple of games at the end of the season after getting injured in a game in Brampton. Here is Brock Haley into the corner.
You mentioned it to start, but Haley had a ridiculous goal-scoring year this year. A ridiculous pacing. He's had a nice playoff start as well. And this is something we saw kind of go against Origlieri in the Oakville series. guys getting in really tight and trying to reach the ball over top of him. Honestly, I thought it was a little bit early in the shot clock for Haley. Didn't have much angle, but just does a nice job of getting his stick over top of Riglieri and finding that top right corner.
It's never early in the shot clock for Brock Haley. He can fire whenever he wants. 4 players over 100 points in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League this season. 2 of them members of the Whitby Warriors. Parker Pfeiffer, I don't think quite got there. Adam Poitras definitely did, as they are the 3-headed monster of this Whitby Warriors offense.
And not to take anything away from Haley and his ability by any means, but to score that many goals, you have to be on such a run, such a kind of like having so much success. His confidence has just got to be through the roof. Whatever analogy you want to use for it, on fire, whatever it is, he is every word you could choose. He's just had a crazy season, and he's got to be playing with so much confidence.
3 sock tricks throughout the season and finished it off with a 9-goal performance.
Yeah.
I had a coach tell me once before, I know the Instagram was asking what 9 goals is. He said, that's a jock trick, because if you get 9 on you, just take your jock off, go home.
Yeah, something like that. and you mentioned it with multiple players or 4 guys scoring over 100. Adam Poitras is the other one. And I don't know when the last time someone scored 100 points and wasn't even the leading scorer on their own team, right? Like, it's crazy how good of a year he had.
Seems like every time we talk about the offense of Whitby, Orangeville here tonight says, don't forget about me, as Cody Coulson will put one in.
Yeah, speaking of confidence, Coulson scored a really nice goal in the 3rd period in Oakville on Wednesday. Maybe that gets him going a little bit. Been a little bit more quiet throughout the playoffs, but that's just a nice rip. Just steps in, again, a little bit further out, but just steps in and pipes a nice shot.
So we go back to the face-off, the game within the game with Jamie Hunt there at the dot, one of the graduating players, as jumping the route, Lucas Littlejohn tries to go down low on a Riglieri. Shot ends up wide, and over and back, Caleb Martin has to duck out of the way over on the bench.
Kind of an unintended consequence of Whitby getting so many transition opportunities. Obviously, they'll take those every time, and good on their D guys for getting up the floor and getting opportunities.
Liam Matthews kind of faked a little bit, went over the top, and he'll score the first lead of the game now for Orangeville. Will spark a goalie water break.
Yeah, we'll see if I think we might be having a goalie change here for Whitby. Yeah, I think we are having a goalie change. This is a play you see a lot from Matthews. Does a great job. I think his first look usually is to try to toe drag it, get it underneath, but does a great job getting around the top too, and has a release that goalies have a hard time picking up. And we're getting a goalie chance now. Another one that's a little bit further out. Whitby goaltender probably wants that one back, but a nice shot by Matthews. Got to give credit for putting it in a good spot from that far out.
This is interesting, as I don't know if he's helping him get dressed over there. I thought they were checking equipment on Caleb Martin as he came into the net. That would have been an interesting call.
Yeah, it's a little early in the series for that, I think. Usually you'll see teams leave that in their back pocket for later on.
Well, we did see the late chain call in that in our game a few nights ago. As here comes Whitby's offense. Haley wants to break again. Low shot. Riglieri down to make the splits. And that one thought it hit the post before going high. And Whitby not going to get the reset here.
Yeah, similar to his first goal there. Kind of just lulls his defender into thinking that he's covered, and then does a good job of getting underneath and getting his stick back to the middle of the floor.
McGrath to Belair. Returning it here for Liam Matthews. Couple whacks for Matthews is before they go back to the far side. Colton Marquis faked the pass to Belair now off the end boards as it bounces straight back to Whitby.
Good look there by Marquis, but he shoots it so well. I might have just pulled that if I was him.
Jack Budway from the outside will go far side now for Poitras. Back for Brock Haley, his hard shot. Bounces wide. Pfeiffer and Haley work the left side. And Gabriel Soroketti has fit in nicely over on the left, along with Poitras. That was Soroketti there. Actually is kind of worked Michael Anderson out of the lineup. We've seen the last couple Whitby games we've done. As well as Soroketti played down the stretch. Half-court press here for Whitby. Trey Deer way late in the shot clock now. Still yet to cross the restraining line with any purpose as Jeremy Searle sends it to Marquis on the far side. He'll just shovel it towards the net and well wide, so possession will go back here to Whitby. Next two games, Sunday and Monday. Again, we will have this series in its entirety, as that one bounces wide of the net and up and hits one of the lights here at Iroquois Park Sports Center. Sunday night at 7, Monday night at 8. Mark your calendars now, set a reminder, whatever you got to do to hang with us for the first 3 games of this series.
Yeah, really one of the great venues here, too. It's great to see second round action back in this building, a place that all Ontario lacrosse fans have spent a lot of time in and watched a lot of lacrosse in. I remember being here as a little kid watching the Junior A Warriors play and some really good teams over the years. And obviously we've had COVID and a few other things have gotten in the way, but it's great to see a really good Warriors team in this building and late playoff action back in this arena.
Brooklyn Lacrosse Club back after almost a 3-year absence in this building. And hey, the Ontario Lacrosse Festival is going to make its return here to Whitby Sports Park. Nifty little move there from Parker Pfeiffer to put it over top of Riglieri.
Yeah, even just right over the, I don't think our fans can, or our viewers can see it, but right over the floor just says home of the Ontario Lacrosse Festival. And just that poster just brings back so many memories of so many hours spent as a kid in this arena playing and watching lacrosse.
Marquis spins around the corner. That shot bounces in front of Caleb Martin. Last trip down the floor, well, we were talking. One that came up and hit the underside of the crossbar and bounced out. Orangeville coming that close to making it a 2-goal lead. Here's a shot and caught right on the left foot by Riglieri. And the fans of the Northmen have traveled yet again, coming here to Whitby after they did in Oakville the other night. I know the Orangeville fans were well represented in the chat as well. So if you are watching live, you're more than welcome to chime in throughout this game. Ball bouncing here, bounced off of Whitby, they say, or Orangeville rather, so no over and back as Haley will pick up. Down to the crease, that gets through Riglieri.
Yeah, Coach Rusty Kruger is livid right now, and I don't really blame him. I thought this was over and back as well. But credit to Whitby for playing right through the possession, and then a nice back cut. And Haley throws, I don't know, a 40-foot pass here, and a really nice finish. I believe that's Riley Knox on the finish. But really nice cut by Knox, too, to get behind his defender, cut right across the goal, and Haley puts it right on him, and he buries it. It's a little lucky on the finish, goes over Riglieri. I think he got a stick checked a little bit, almost like an NHL shootout move, flipping it over the goalie as the side's passed.
Yeah, Knox walking away, shaking his head. I'm not sure what that was all about because the goal ties this one here at 3.
Yeah, you never apologize for scoring goals, even if it's not pretty. Just take it and move on, especially this time of year.
Here's Haley. Across the floor looking for Poitras. Back for Haley and left arm save from Riglieri. Had to deal with a quick rebound from Jack Budway though. Now Budway will get it and send it all the way back up top. Haley. Poitras. Back for Haley. Screen coming in front of him. Takes it and shoots on the run. And Brock Haley showing you why he was the goal scoring leader in the season.
Something that Whitby's doing so well early on here is they just switch the floor so frequently. And what I mean by that is moving the ball across the middle of the floor. So here's one pass across the floor. Here's 2. And then it's going to set a pick. And Haley gets to the middle of the floor and just, I mean, You wonder how you score 74 goals in a year. That's a pretty good lookout. But especially Poitras to Haley and vice versa, it seems like they always have the eyes for each other. It's always going from the righties to the lefties. Really hard on a defense and really hard on a goaltender, having to constantly change your angle, get from pipe to pipe. We'd be doing a nice job of that early on and look for Orangeville, as they did in the Oakville series, to try to trap the ball more on one side of the floor.
Not a commercial for the league, but I know Poitras and Parker Pfeiffer had played in the Rock Elite League all the way coming up. We used to cover the Pee Wee Bantam side of those games, and I don't remember Brock Haley's name, but if those three were all together, there's no surprise why they were as good as they were this season. Haley gives Whitby back the lead, 4-3 now as we've passed the halfway mark of this first period. Here's Parker Pfeiffer testing the floor, it looked like, as it is a slick one here inside Iroquois Sports Park. Now back for Haley. He'll work it down in the corner. On the run, Riley Knox, who has a goal in this game, passing just over top of the head of Elijah Edwards. Falling down, Owen Rand. And Rand will clear center. The fans asking for an 8-second call there against the Northmen as he crossed center with 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, clever play by Rand there, though, to just let the ball run over the midline. Not taking any chances.
Trade Deere. Deere to the far side. That pass well behind Cody Coulson. And now bouncing away from Noah Millsap. Worth noting here, no Cam Sanderson and no Cole Teeple on our lineup that we've got here in-house, although we did see Teeple play when we were told he wasn't a few nights ago. But Cam Sanderson will be a big miss for this team.
Yeah, I mean, tough break for Sanderson, obviously. We're not sure. We don't want to speculate on what the situation is there, but definitely an opportunity for some other guys to get in the lineup and insert themselves into this playoff. Not easy to get in a playoff lineup, especially in Orangeville and especially this late. And look for those guys who are new to try to make an impact and stick around for a bit.
Well, we've seen a lot of Julian Belair so far, including that most recent shot that was saved by Martin. Now Origlieri will make one with the left foot, and Soroketti trying to get it off the far boards, and something happened to Donnie Scott, who pulls up a bit lame and will have to stay out.
I think he took a swinging stick to the shin, and that hurts.
Down in the corner, Riley Knox will chase this off the end boards. All the way back up top for Pfeiffer. He'll dodge right on the crease and then bulls into Origlieri, and Scott has something to say to Pfeiffer on his way through, and the officials will break that up.
Yeah, nice take by Pfeiffer, though. Gets around the first guy and then makes a nice little move on the second guy as well. Getting right to the goal. I thought he might have been able to jam. I thought he did jam that short side. Nice save by Origlieri.
Jeremy Searle working back for Matthews. This is how he scored his first one earlier on. This one will miss the mark and go all the way down floor for an over and back, though.
Yeah, you can see Coach Andrew Suter clapping as his guys are running off. That's exactly what you're looking for, a good hard pick to get one of your leading scorers over the top. And we mentioned it, like you just said, great call by you. Matthews shoots that shot so well, scored one of them earlier. And it doesn't matter if he's on the run or not. He is able to put a lot of power on the ball and some accuracy as well.
Knox fakes the pass back up top, takes the shot, and Origlieri will make the save. Under 7 to play here in the first period.
Numbers here for Orangeville.
Scheduled for 3 20s if you're new to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. Pass across for Trey Deere, just out of his reach. And falls down right in front of Jake Darlison, who opened the scoring on a transition break. This time no room to run, so he'll stop and give off to Brock Haley.
Still getting up there and checking it out, though. Darlison clearly not thinking twice about getting up and trying to create some offense for his club. Nice defensive set there by Orangeville. That's how a lot of teams draw it up. Try to get the guy down the side, force a flip pass, and then roll aggressively into the flip pass.
Change of possession here as they come across center. This will be Kobe Hanser flipping to Haley, who's been on the floor for a while, so rare offensive set off for number 22. Soroketti out the far side. Got a screen there from Poitras, and Elijah Edwards went with him. Nice recovery from Hunt, though, on the pick and roll. Shot from up top as we get a delayed penalty call. And our first power play of the game will be a holding the stick call here against Whitby.
Yeah, what a play by Soroketi there, though. Gets out of a double team, makes probably a 15-foot flip pass back to a Whitby shooter. Didn't result in a goal, and obviously now his team's going to the box, but nice little skill play there from number 8 White here.
So this is the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League semifinals. The other one will feature the Toronto Beaches and the Burlington Chiefs. And because the Minto Cup is in Brampton, August 22nd to 29th, the winner of this series and that one will represent Ontario at that Minto Cup. So a lot to play for.
Yeah, Minto Cup berth on the line, right? Simple as that. And now obviously these teams know it well.
Situation you were in back in 2017, I want to say.
100%. The semifinals that year felt like a finals. Felt like it was everything was on the line, and expect these semifinal series to have the same intensity.
A lot more backstory, I know, between the 97s of Mimico and the 97s of Brampton, but as we said, the 10th meeting between Orangeville and Whitby all time here. Marquis down to the crease. Searle. Oh, man, I thought Martin had that. So did he, as the call was delayed, but it will be a power play goal for the Northmen.
Yeah, beautiful play here by Searle, or by Orangeville in general. But Jeremy Searle probably would have liked to just quick stick this. I think he was open, but you'll always hear coaches say, if you're not sure about you can make a play, just catch it. Just catch it, because good things happen. And guys, sometimes if they can't make the perfect play, we'll just try to force it. Credit to Searle for catching it, realizing that his opportunity to quick stick the ball was late, and then delivers a slick backdoor pass, and no chance there for the Whitby goaltender.
That's Julian Belair getting on the score sheet. As we said, they might miss Cam Sanderson, but he's slotted in over on that far side and does enough to tie it up here at 4. Interesting. You said it off the top, and we talked to Rusty Kruger downstairs that, you know, that was a very defensive-heavy series that we just saw with Oakville, and this one may turn into a shootout already. 4 goals, 8 combined, and that was the score in, what was it, Game 3 between Orangeville and Oakville?
Yeah.
One of the lowest outputs going back to 2017.
Yeah, I think Game 3 in that series maybe was 5-3.
Yep.
And as you just said, we already tied up that goal production in one period here.
It's the thing about Orangeville. They always seem to find a way, as that was Parker Pfeiffer on the doorstep, and then Poitras. And Origlieri turns aside all comers. Can he do it to Haley now? Yes. As there was a block after from Colm Barnett. And here come numbers back the other way for Orangeville. Nate Ruff, top of the fan, will dodge and then pull out as he was all by himself. Bucktooth, though, what a swim move here. Spin move, excuse me, for Noah Millsap as that shot comes in on Martin, who will make the save.
Yeah, Martin showing that he's up to the task on the other end. Origlieri, probably the best goalie in the league this year. Certainly one of the better ones all year, and now at playoff time has been outstanding. 2 grade A scoring chances for Whitby on the last possession, and Origlieri is there to slam the door shut.
Trying to feed down low as Jack Budway was cutting through. Haley couldn't find him. So it'll be Orangeville pushing up and over center, Donnie Scott.
Good look though for Whitby. Second time they've done those little flip around picks at the top to get their guys coming over the top towards the middle of the floor. Seems to be a strategy for them early on.
That was Colton Marquis and Owen Tapper getting tangled up just over the center line to cause this possession here for Whitby. And it's Haley cutting to the net. Haley through. Not sure how he kept his feet out of the cylinder there, though, but ball never made it anyways as it bounces here into the stick of Aiden Long. Long good for pretty near a goal a game pace in transition. Thought he had eyes for one there, so did he, but Marquis will finish the play and score, giving the lead back here to Orangeville.
I mentioned it earlier with guys getting into the lineup and looking to insert themselves in this series and really make an impact. And how about Julian Belair here? It cuts down and just makes a great read right almost as he catches the ball. Clearly he saw Marquis before that. Just catches it early in the shot clock and rips it across the crease. Nice play by Marquis, even when he's on his offside. Gets back towards the middle of the goal and a slick little twister to the short side, which, as you mentioned on Wednesday night's broadcast, is really Marquis' sweet spot. Looking to go under that, or outside, or under that stick side glove of the goalie. And even when he's on his offside, he gets back to his sweet spot and buries him.
Marquis has many sweet spots.
Yeah.
As we've seen over the past 2 years. Matthews over the top. Long shot there from Bucktooth, and I'll have to recheck the notes here from the other night, but I don't believe out of the 4 grads that they gave us, any of them are offensive players. Jamie Hunt, Liam McGrath, Jeremy Searle, and Keaton Brown. So
Jeremy Searle plays offense for Orangeville.
Yep.
But certainly, most of their guys aren't even in college yet. Look for these guys to be big names. Trey Deere going to Syracuse. Liam Matthews going to Hobart, I believe. Marquis going to Johns Hopkins. These guys haven't even gotten to college yet, and they're already making waves here on the junior A level.
Legendary franchises always find a way to kind of stay alive. You see a lot of, one and done teams that'll go kind of all out when they have a lot of grads, and then takes a few years to restock the cupboards, as it were. But I mean, Orangeville definitely one of those that great minor systems supporting the junior club, and can always find players to supplement that through the draft.
Yeah, and same really for Whitby, right? For the better part of the last decade, they've been right there at the top. Had a number of good teams, a couple different eras of really good teams, a couple Mintos in the last, decade. So maybe not over the last 4 or 5 years, but certainly this has been one of the premier. These have probably been the 2 of the 3 premier programs in Junior A alongside Six Nations as long as I've been around this league.
Shot comes with about 40 seconds left here in the period, so Whitby going 2 for 1 as they turn the ball over to Orangeville. Both teams will have 2 timeouts that they can use, 1 per period at any point during the game.
Yeah, Coach Rusty Kruger calling out 1 shot. Look for Orangeville to take this thing right down to the end of the period. Try to limit the opportunities that Whitby will have coming the other way.
Bucktooth from the outside. The screen here from Matthews. Bucktooth will return the pass as another screen comes from Marquis this time. Now down in the corner for Trey Deere. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Long shot in on Martin, and Trey Deere picks it up. Kind of shoveled it towards the net, and with 10 seconds left, we will get that timeout.
Yeah, probably a little bit earlier for that shot from Bucktooth. Now Whitby gets the ball, calls a timeout. They'll have a full 10 seconds here. Lots of time to get out the floor and run their best 6-on-5 play.
So as we said, Minto Cup in Brampton, August the 22nd to 29th. Ticket packages are now available by visiting Ticketmaster. You can get $100 for every single game over that stretch, including the final series. It's going to be a great week in Brampton at the end of August. But a lot more action before we get there. We'll be on air tomorrow night from Brampton, ironically enough, with the Toronto Beaches and Burlington Chiefs. Beaches having an arena issue, so they'll play at that neutral site, as it were, the Toronto home game. And unfortunately, the only one that we're going to be able to broadcast from that series, with neither arena having internet access. But you can tune into game 1 tomorrow night, and we'll have every single game of this series here between Orangeville and Whitby. They start with Haley and the goaltender out. Haley will get it back up top. Low shot there. Wrigley the save. High rebound. Climbing the ladder is Poitras, who comes down and scores. Not exactly how it was drawn up, but hey, if it works.
Yeah, you said it. Not obviously how it was drawn up. Still a pretty good set piece here from Whitby. I mean, getting a shot from the middle of the floor with Haley's never a bad option. And then just a nice play by Poitras sticking with it. I can't think of many things more scary than jumping and leaving your feet in the middle of a box across defense in the playoffs. So credit for Poitras doing what it takes, showing some courage, going up, getting that ball, and dunking it over Riglieri.
How about 10 goals here in the first period as we're tied 5 apiece in the early going between the Whitby Warriors and the Orangeville Northmen, the 10th time that these two teams meet in the playoffs. We'll take ourselves a 10-minute timeout and be back here to Whitby for game number 1 of this semifinal series.
Hey guys, this is Paul Dawson from the Rochester Nighthawks.
And this is Dan Lomas of the New York Riptide. We've come together to create Back of the Bird, sports stories from the best spot they're told, the back of the plane. We're sitting down with NLLers across the league to chat about Junior A, Senior A, NLL, MLL, everything that goes along with it, on the floor, off the floor, and it's presented by Cottage Springs. So give us a listen wherever you listen to your podcast, whether it's Spotify, Apple, and I swear you'll love it.
Like and subscribe.
Peace. Swipe
Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Weeks are brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and their hashtag Milk Up campaign. For more information, including recipes, visit new.milk.org. As we bring you back inside Iroquois Park Sports Center for second period action, 5-5. After that first quarter, we knew that Whitby wanted to come out and run up the score. A bit surprising, perhaps, from the Orangeville side of things, Jonathan.
Yeah, definitely would have been frustrated with that last goal for Orangeville because coming into off a long bus trip and short rest, that was a pretty good first period for the Northmen. Would have liked, I'm sure, to close it out better. And for Whitby, the message in the locker room, I think, or I'm sure, is we got the legs. We got the legs. Let's go. Let's start to lean on this team. Let's start to play at our pace and use our fresh legs to our advantage. We knocked some of our rust off. Now let's play some ball.
Trey Deer gets taken to the outside corner, a 3-on-2 battle, and then the pass back bounces off Liam McGrath and into the Orangeville bench.
Nice start there for Whitby, doing just that, forcing a turnover, turning a face-off loss into a face-off win.
We said this is the 10th playoff meeting between these two teams. Last one was in 2018 when Orangeville swept the series, but Whitby opening the scoring here, and if that's Haley, that's his third.
Yeah, same story here for Haley. This is what I was talking about. Just working. Nice pick, comes right over the top and like pretty far out. We haven't seen many shots like that go on a Riglieri, but man, the kick is just shooting the lights out right now and keeps it going. Credit to Riley Knox there, I believe, on the pick. Just does a great job of sealing his defender. Lets Haley come over top, and 22 does all the rest.
And Riley Knox credited with an assist as well. So always like when the pick guy gets an assist for touching the ball. So many times they throw the screen and rightfully aren't credited with an assist. But yeah, I think it should be one. Here's Poitras to the far side. Up and over the top is Haley. And Haley's got at least one more year here in junior as this shot comes in on a Riglieri from Jack Oldman this time. Down and getting up slowly is Owen Rand, who will run off. Trey Deer over to the far side. Hard defense being played by Carter Schott now as screen finally opens up room for Liam Matthews to pass it back into the corner. Buck-2 setting the screen for Deer to Matthews, and Colton Marquis circling the net. We get a penalty on a, let's see if I believe a slash on the far side. That will be the call from Blair Ferguson.
Yeah, Schott, I think on the penalty here, just gets up a little high on Bucktooth, gets him in the helmet. Really good offense there, but Orangeville starts with a really slick toe drag move by Bucktooth, a nice pass down to Matthews, and a really good cross crease look over to Marquis. And what a save by Martin there. That was a big stop in this game. Obviously, his team just scored to go up one goal. That's a big save to keep a little bit of momentum going for his club. Obviously, they got to kill the penalty off now, but that looked like a sure goal going across crease, and Martin was there to deny it.
Well, now Martin's got a helmet issue here, so we were talking about the goalie change in the first period. I wonder how much of that, I mean, not that you would play that mind game, strategy game, but put the wrong goalie in to say, this is who we're starting, and kind of know that they're going to switch a couple minutes into the game.
Yeah, I think it's less about thinking whatever that maybe about your starter and more just having a lot of confidence in your backup and saying, you know what, it's not working. Let's make this sooner rather than later. And clearly they had a ton of confidence in Caleb Martin to come in and shut the door. I think that's where you see that kind of quick trigger coming from, is knowing you got a kid on the bench who can come in and make some saves, and also just wanting to set a good tone in the series. 3 pretty quick goals to start. Coach Williams didn't want to see it get out of hand quickly, and it's proved to be a pretty successful strategy so far.
Have to remember to ask Willie about that on Sunday prior to the game. Is Matthews this shot, and helmet is fixed, and from Martin, who falls off to his left-hand side to make sure there was no rebound.
Yeah, that thing looked like it was going through. Nice job by Martin to really squeeze his arm there. I think use a little bit of the jersey too, just to keep anything to keep it out.
Play is kind of stalled here along the near boards. I believe that's Peyton Wallace who finally draws the whistle, although goes the way of Orangeville. Trey Deer, hidden ball play. It's in the stick of Matthews. Now he flips it to Marquis. Ball was bouncing all over the place, but I think Whitby went with it the entire way. Matthews for Marquis. Back up top to Liam Matthews. His shot. Look out. That looked like back in against Whitby. Orangeville will get possession as they steal it away. And what a save from Martin on Bucktooth on the crease.
Another great pass there by Belair. He's got really good feel as a passer and makes his reads really quickly. Catches up and rips it across the crease. Another beauty save by Martin.
Here's Matthews. Bucktooth looking to go against the grain there into the near side for Belair. And Julian Belair comes up lame, limping out that left foot.
Didn't catch which Whitby player it was that caused the turnover there, but nice play to get in the lane, win the race to the loose ball, and cut a power play opportunity short here for Orangeville.
A few folks in the chat asking about Cam Sanderson. We didn't get any information on that, so nothing to pass your way. Add it to the list of things that we're going to have to bring up pre-game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Pat Gregoire will be in the house for that one, if I'm not mistaken. You're a little preoccupied down on the field south of the border with the PLL Cannons.
Yeah, should be a great weekend. Obviously, wish I could be here calling the games, but a really good opportunity for me, and I'm really excited to be back on the field.
If you're looking for a PLL team to support, here's Coulson running to the crease, and shot just bouncing wide. So here comes Whitby, fresh off killing that penalty. As we are back 5-on-5 with 4 minutes gone here in the second period. Outside shot there from Poitras. A couple Whitby players go down at the hands of Northman defenders, and that will cause the ball to come back here to Whitby. Not sure what that hit. Maybe the helmet of Poitras. He's going off kind of slowly.
Yeah, that ball went way up in the air, too, off the deflection. This might be the only building in the league where that wouldn't have hit the roof and stayed in play.
Peterborough Memorial Center, perhaps.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple.
High enough that the clock can hide in it. If you watched our game number, what was that, 4, between the Beaches and the Lakers. Look out, here comes a run. Back for Darlison. Shot, and Origlieri will make the save as this one's going to scoot away from Poitras as well. Every time I see the 51, Dyson Williams is going to come out at some point.
Yeah, well, credit to Darlison there, 7, too. We mentioned a couple of times, but he's just not waiting around. He's getting up the floor, looking to create transition. Gets a wide open look for Haley, who just can't cash it.
He's next door, is he not, Dyson?
Controlling the music for tonight.
There we go. Multi-talented. Here is Poitras. Outside the fan, will pass into the corner. Too hot for Pfeiffer to handle. Soroketti takes it outside of the fan, and there's 10 seconds left in the shot clock as Origlieri makes the save into the corner. Colton Barnett.
Poitras just such a smooth player. For a guy who works as hard as he does, as competitive as he is, and impacts the game in so many ways, he just never seems like he's out of control. He's always kind of gliding around, got that kind of Scott Niedermeyer thing to him, where he's always in control and just a smooth player with outstanding skills.
Colton Marquis near side. Loaded up that low shot, elects to come all the way back up top for Millsap, whose shot goes around a defender who then turns and tries to gain the 30-foot advantage, but Millsap not making the change to go down and catch up.
Yeah, I think he might have had Belair wide open, or open, maybe not wide open, open on the crease. Might have missed a one more opportunity there.
Haley on the doorstep to Budway, and split save made by Origlieri. He's one of the best in the league at doing that move right there.
Yeah, interesting play there by Orangeville. Clearly, like what I said, trying to keep them trapped on one side, so getting very high to the top side. And Haley actually gets underneath his guy and has room to get back to the middle.
Searle has it taken away as he was on the crease. Martin wants a quick reset. I was wondering if they had someone down floor, but John Vandergiesen hearing it from the Orangeville bench.
Unofficial stat, Maddie, but I think that's like the 8th or 9th goal we've seen Jeremy Searle get called in the crease in the regular season and playoffs. Poor guy just can't catch a break when it comes to the crease, or maybe can't keep his toes out of the crease. Probably a mix of both.
Nate Ruff will take it up and over center. You were talking earlier on about your memories playing in this game. How about the number of former NHLers who came up through the Whitby lacrosse system, with Joe Nieuwendyke's banner hanging, Adam Foote here in-house as well, Trey Deer now. The current Orangeville Junior A player taking that shot wide of the net, they're going to say. Belair not awares of how late it is, but Marquis letting a quick shot go.
Well, as we mentioned, we've talked about it a number of times now, but Haley's 74 goals this year. One of the only players in the last 30 or 40 years since 1980, one of the only guys to actually score more goals than that was Joe Nieuwendyke, who's obviously from Whitby, like you just said, Hockey Hall of Famer. Adam Oates, another Hockey Hall of Famer, was on that list too. John Grant Jr., John Tavares, a couple other names. So pretty elite company he's in, especially in this town.
OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com if you want to read more about Jonathan Donville's inside the numbers of Brock Haley's historic offensive season this year. Ball bouncing down for Millsap, who will now chase it into the corner. Thought he had picked it up, but Millsap just posturing up and making sure that this defensive change happens in behind at the tail end of the shot clock. 8.5 gone here in period number 2. Just 1 goal so far, and it was the hat trick marker for Brock Haley after a 10-goal first period. Oh, nearly commentators cursed it as watchers rang one off the pipe.
The numbers here for Whitby, injured Orangeville player.
Low shot there, never made it to the mark. Turning and firing Poitras right at the shot clock, so it will continue here for Tristan Dempers and the Warriors. Poitras around the screen, low shot. Riglieri was down way early to turn that one aside.
Yeah, awesome battle here between Riglieri and Poitras. 3 or 4 good looks just on this possession. You get the sense that he's knocking at the door. But Riglieri's seeing everything so far and making some really nice kick saves with his legs.
How about the work that Tristan Dempers is doing as well? They'll put Poitras on an island this time and piped again from Poitras. That's 2 as Nate Ruff will run past Dempers, and now Caleb Martin will make a save back to our left.
Yeah, up and down action now. Man, you get the sense that Poitras is right around this, though. He's just going pipe. Riglieri's fighting some off. He's all around the goal right now. One of them's going to go in soon.
Poitras elects to go across floor, this time for Haley. He'll work around his screen. Back for Poitras. The back door was open, but the pass never connected.
I think Whitby's going to the power play here. Looks like an off-ball, some sort of an off-ball slash or off-ball cross-check.
Looked like the initial call was high stick from John Vandergiesen.
Yep.
Officials got new jerseys, and we got 2 of them wearing 37 tonight, so I don't know if it was pick your own number or...
Classic mix-up.
Yeah.
Pretty nice, though. Pretty nice uniform set.
I like the OJ color scheme in there, too. They've done really well.
Gotta say, Whitby's redone their uniforms a few times since I've been watching and playing. This is a nice set, uniform set for Whitby, and then I always loved the Orangeville black uniforms. I always thought that was the cleanest look. So we've been treated to some great uniform matchups so far. Saw some pretty slick Oakville Buzz jerseys there. So broke out some new ones in game 1, and you know there's a lot of good ones.
I'm a Northman gray guy myself.
Okay. We have to disagree about something, you know. We couldn't just see everything eye to eye here.
Definitely one of the more iconic logos in Canadian Junior A lacrosse. As the Warriors will go back to the crease, and Budway's shot just wide of the mark. Haley quarterbacking this power play, the first one of the game for the Warriors. Is low shot there. Riglieri not sure where it is. Still doesn't know as it bounces in front of him. Lucky for the Orangeville faithful.
Yeah, Whitby put maybe a few too many of these shots in the 5-hole. Really hard with the big wooden sticks and summer ball. Really hard to get it to go 5-hole, especially Riglieri knows how to use that stick really well. They got to try to work the ball to the pipes. I think pipes down low on Riglieri, make him use his feet, is really your best chance because he's so good up top.
You see it on screen nearing halfway through this power play as it's a couple times now for Julian Belair, just not getting the shot away. Not sure that he was aware of where the shot clock was. A couple times here tonight. Here's Poitras to Haley. That one skips wide of everything, and now the race is on with Nate Ruff leading the charge, and he was questioning the over and back call, but closest player to the ball, which oftentimes end up being the goaltender, which I think in that case was.
Yeah, Ruff seems like a classic Orangeville player, just a little bit on the smaller side as a defender, but just so smart and getting up, looking to get up the floor, had a breakaway a few minutes ago and was hunting another one there. He's been really impressive here for Orangeville.
JVI works with the Mississauga Chargers junior A hockey team, so we shout them out anytime we can, where Nate Ruff plays in the winter. As a slip there from Coulson, we may get our first wipe down of the match. As that leaves a pretty big oil slick down right in the hockey face-off area.
5 seconds here for Whitby. They catch a bit of a break as the ball will be fully advanced. Assume they'll try to wait for this penalty to expire, though.
Looks like that's exactly what Poitras is going to do before he gives to Haley. And now Brock Haley to the net, and Riglieri will make the save. Rebound bouncing out in front of the crease. Oh, look out, a big hit. And two officials were signaling interference, and Blair Ferguson had a good look at that from behind. And he will send the Orangeville player to the box for interference, Colm Barnett.
Yeah, I think this might be a case of one that looks a little bit worse than... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He gave him a pretty good shot from behind into the board. It's a fairly dangerous play, and especially with three officials, as we mentioned a few times on multiple broadcasts.
And that is in line with right where Blair Ferguson was looking. So he sees numbers, he sees boards, sees player go down. So that's why you can understand the call was made. Sunday in Orangeville at 7 p.m. will be game number 2 of this series. Well, we got the broom out. We'll do that spot down to our left. Game number 3 of this best of 5 Monday back here in Whitby at 8 p.m. Our crew will be in Brampton tomorrow night for a 7 p.m. start. First game of the series, and the only one at this point that we'll be able to broadcast between the Toronto Beaches. That's got Detroit Red Wings octopus vibes, does it not?
100%.
Saluting after. Tomorrow night, game number 1 between Burlington and Toronto Beaches, right here on the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League YouTube channel. Up top for Poitras, Riglieri will catch that one right on the left leg and send it up floor.
I like that play design, though, by Whitby. A lot of attention on Haley. Orangeville guys trying to get out, play Haley a little bit further out. Riley Knox ends up coming right past Haley over to Poitras, sets a nice pick, lets him get over top. A really good opportunity, just a nice save.
Haley, one of those guys that, you can limit his goal totals in games. He did have a number of 1 and 2 goal games this season, but those were usually 7-point affairs because he'll get 5 more assists from one of those other 2.
Yeah, and the thing he's got going for him that all the great goal scorers do is they're relentless.
So I'm watching Aiden Long try and work the security gate. I thought that was always closed. And defensive player that you would like to have on the bench if you're Orangeville had to go the long way around to go collect a stick. Here in the back half of the penalty kill for the Northmen. Elijah Edwards picking up, trying to run away from pressure. You hear someone yell, keep moving, just as it looked like Edwards was about to posture up over there on the boards. He works past the double team, including Parker Pfeiffer, the last one, and now passes to Bucktooth and will head off.
Yes, a nice play there by Edwards. Avoid the double team. Lets the Northmen kill off the whole 30 here.
Six minutes to go here in the second period. 15 seconds. And final opportunity for this Whitby power play. They go quick stick to the right of Origlieri. And he stands right against the post to make that save as Donnie Scott will now run back the other way. Screen set by Ruff in front of Scott. And they'll play one-on-one as the penalty expires.
Great read there by Origlieri. He was read that cross crease all the way, was over on the other pipe before Pfeiffer even had a chance.
Here's Trey Deer. Out of the corner, Matthews will come for Marquis. And a bounce shot from Julian Belair ends up in the stick of Caleb Martin. Warriors over center. Jack Oldman putting it in the stick of Tristan Dempers. Tapper. Far side for Haley. Haley will cut the corner, take the shot. It never got there, and under 5 to go. Haley needs a quick one here. Turns and spins. I think that one popped out the back door, and fresh twig for Aiden Long. We'll see what he can do with it.
I think it might be fresh shoes. Rocking some red.
Yeah, look at those.
Some new red kicks there.
The Luke Dawick specials.
Yeah, exactly. You throw the color coordination out the door if you're I guess if you blow out your shoes mid game. I like it though. Nice little colorful touch.
Oh, second chance save made by Martin on Colton Marquis on the rebound right in front of the crease. Here's Trey Deer. He'll go around the back looking for Searle. And the pass just into the body of Searle. Martin lost his footing on that outlet pass. He had Darlison with one man to beat down floor. Colton Marquis. Oh, had the corner. Cheeky little shot that kind of change up, trying to float it in there and found the crossbar instead.
Yeah, you can see Coach Williams telling the guys packed it in a little bit. I think because they had a couple offensive players and guys were tired, but just packed it in.
Look out here, going to the net was Poitras. The second shot comes, and Origlieri will turn them both aside.
Another good opportunity for Poitras, man. He is all around it right now.
Low shot comes far side for Parker Pfeiffer. They're going to say that hit off of perhaps Nate Ruff. He's the one that's doing most of the arguing. Liam Matthews has been out there this entire time as well. Just noticed him posturing up on Pfeiffer. Whitby player falls in front of the creases. It's picked up by Origlieri, the ball on that shot. And we near the final 3 minutes down floor looking for Bucktooth. Out the front door, just sailed over top of his head.
Coach Rusty Kruger's got a look on his face that makes me not miss playing junior as much anymore.
Well, when you're Brock Haley, they kind of all go in, don't they?
They do, and this is a play, again, that very similar to the one he scored on earlier, where he just gets underneath his defender really well, and guys seem like to think like they have him. He doesn't really... Yeah, he's pretty much covered there. 22 for Orangeville. That's Liam McGrath. Probably feels like he's in good position here on the ball and just reaches out a stick and gets it to go through Origlieri. He's had a couple of those, and he's shot a couple too. He's had a bunch of good looks from that play. Just does a nice job of lulling his defender to sleep and then finding a way to get it, or finding a way to get it to go in.
Bit of a weird finish to that shot, too, that just bounces up under the bar. Bucktooth had it taken out of his stick by Peyton Wallace, and now here come Whitby out and over center. Had a player in behind everybody, but shaking the head is Owen Tapper. He'll wait for the Big offensive boys to get out there. We near the 2-minute warning. Whitby, I believe, took a timeout in that first period as Poitras trying to send it to Budway on the far side. Budway does recover to bring it down and take a shot, and it'll be picked up here by, Riley Knox.
Nice move by Budway, though.
Poitras around a screen, long shot, and that never got through as it bounces into the stick of Matthews.
Certainly not trying to put the broadcaster's jinx on anyone here, but I believe Orangeville's gone scoreless throughout this period as Whitby defense has really done a nice job. Perhaps some of those tired legs setting in too, but Orangeville's got to find a way here to shake something up. Look for maybe a set piece or maybe to start looking for more transition.
Well, I was thinking the exact same thing, that this is such a typical Orangeville period where shut everything down and then just a couple goals, one here, one there. Don't look now, 2-goal lead, but Orangeville will get a chance here on the power play.
Yeah, well, hey, good timing for Orangeville, right? We were just talking about it. It's been a while since they've got one to go. Interesting, we're going to see Orangeville take their timeout right now. You might as well take it now. They'll probably draw 2 or 3 plays so they have something to go through at the end of the period. But I don't mind that call at all from Coach Shooter and Coach Kruger on the bench there to get their guys set here before the power play.
Well, that was the penalty call there. Let's see if we can see it again on the numbers, perhaps. No, I don't know.
Yeah, probably a bit of a break there for Orangeville.
Did they call it interference? Illegal cross check against Lucas Littlejohn. So that's 1 timeout per side gone now. They'll each have one to use in the third period.
Interesting here for Orangeville. It seems like they come out with a different power play look every time, and it's dictated by the play they have, the set piece, who's going, who's scoring that night. But you'll see a lot of teams will just have the same 3 at the top every time, and Orangeville likes to mix it up. We have Deer, Bucktooth, and Marquis here.
Well, the aforementioned Bucktooth and Marquis. Both crease guys go up and set high screens. The return pass, they're looking for Marquis. Doesn't work as it bounces off his stick and up out of play.
Yeah, really nice try by Orangeville, but maybe a little bit too cute. I think Bucktooth had a pretty good look at that. As talented of a shooter as he is, I think you might just want to see him let that thing go.
Up top, Tristan Dempers. Put it out towards the boards here. 10 on the shot clock as Whitby going to take this one all as down as far as they can. Poitras, though, hauled down in the crease, and then an extra shot for good measure from Elijah Edwards. Thought we were going to get a David Anderson repeat, perhaps, down on that crease.
Yeah.
That's what he did in Peterborough last night that kind of set Twitter on fire. Here's Bucktooth, Matthews, and Marquis with 20 seconds to go in the period. Matthews gives it away, however, right into the stick of Owen Tapper, who's in all alone, and the twist shot saved by Origlieri.
Orangeville's got time to get up the floor here. They got to hurry, though.
That's what Rusty Kruger is saying is Marquis. Over to the far side, Liam Matthews' low shot from long range will end the period. Scoreless for the Northmen, but 2 goals on the side of Whitby, who leads 7-5 after 2.
Yeah, a little bit casual there from the Northmen at the end. I think they had more time than they may have realized. Could have gotten a good look. Nonetheless, we're going to the second intermission. 7-5 is the score.
20 minutes remaining here in the first game of this semifinal series. The winner of this series will clinch a berth in the Minto Cup. Again, 20 minutes left here between Orangeville and Whitby. We'll bring you back inside Iroquois Park Sports Center, in just a couple seconds. Ontario Lacrosse League, Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, games of the week are brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and their hashtag Milk Up campaign. For more information, including recipes, visit new.milk.org. As we thank them for their partnership yet again. You think after however many times I've mentioned that over the course of the year.
Still a tongue twister. I should mention here before we get going to Brad Hutchcraft watching this game in Mimico. I said the Orangeville Black jerseys are one of the best uniforms in the league. Right up there, of course, with the double blue of Mimico. And many other great jerseys. But Brad, don't worry. I didn't say what you're accusing me of saying.
He didn't sound too happy in that text.
No, he did not.
Yeah, powder blues are good. I immediately thought of that when we were having that discussion. And, of course, chat room's always open if you want to continue that discussion or others.
Yeah, let us know. Obviously, got a lot of Orangeville fans here, but let us know what jerseys we're missing there right up at the top.
Tail end of a power play here for Orangeville, who work it to the crease for Millsap.
Good look by Matthews there. We had a good angle at that. It was hard to see Millsap open, but Matthews saw him, threw a nice little touch pass in there for a good opportunity.
Spinning back is Colton Marquis, who gets run into the end boards for his troubles. Millsap will elude one defender. Low shot there right off the foot of Trey Deere, and then Millsap was filled in at the hands of Lucas Littlejohn after that one went wide.
Yeah, same play we've seen there from Matthews, getting over the top, shooting on the run. Nice job by Orangeville getting in the lane.
Brock Haley making a bid for 4. That one up and out of play. So it goes back to Orangeville. The Minto Cup all-black jerseys for the Six Nations Arrows were pretty good.
Yep.
And can't complain about the orange ones that they've had either. Bucktooth has eyes for the net. He's cutting across in front of the crease, and no good that time against Caleb Martin, who came on in relief in the first period. He's only allowed 2 goals in this game.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. A couple of really nice saves, especially crease-to-crease shots from Orangeville. He's been able to keep away.
Fake behind the back pass there from Riley Knox as it comes back to Budway. His shot off of Riglieri. This one's going to go the length of the floor where Martin will pick it up.
Better set there from Whitby. I think the ball's been getting a little bit stagnant for them. They've been getting stuck on one side of the floor. Switched the floor a couple times that last possession. It worked out well. Got a good shot. I think that's the recipe for them. Got to keep the ball moving here.
Shot comes from Haley. Soroketti fell down on the far side. And it has now been an entire period since the Northmen have scored.
Yeah, nice save there by Riglieri, too. Just a nice job reaching out, taking it right off the hand. But, man, that was going to a good spot.
Excuse me, that's 2:19 left in the 2:19 left in the first period. Was the last goal. Colton Marquis putting number 5 in.
So, yeah, so well over a period now.
For the Northmen. Yeah, math is hard. It's okay.
Yeah. That's not why we got into this business, right, Matty?
Absolutely not. Although trying to figure out some of the playoff seedings near the end of the season,
true.
It got quite interesting. 3 teams, including Orangeville, tied for 6, 7, and 8, and 2 of them still alive here in the second round of the playoffs. Burlington Chiefs, a 3-game sweep of the top-seeded Mimico Mountaineers in that historic first round. Racing in Coulson, a bid for his second. And the save made by Martin.
Yeah, Martin again there to shut the door. And that really nice transition there by Orangeville. Credit to Coulson for coming right off the bench and getting right to the goal. As Riglieri makes another nice save. Boy, Haley doesn't think twice about pulling it ever.
To the net, Poitras Went through, got the shot away, however, and a rebound as that one goes off of, Jamie Hunt. Tristan Demper's making him feel it. Hunt got right back up, though, right back in the action. And now will hobble off. No, not to the bench as Hunt is still out there. Looks like he's favoring the knee. Did that hit him right on the inside of that knee? Get off, young man. No such luck.
Oh, he's going to hang in there.
Man. Jamie Hunt, as we said earlier on, one of 4 graduating players. Only 4 for the Orangeville Northmen, if you can believe that.
Yeah, kid has played in a lot of big lacrosse games, too. Had a Minto Cup run with Orangeville in 19. I believe has won 2 national championships now with RIT as well. So he's played in at the highest levels of this sport. Logged a lot of miles for a guy who's still got a long way to go in his career.
Elijah Edwards wanted a penalty call as he ran straight through a high stick. Some shoving over on the bench side is now hobbling off, and down the tunnel goes Jeremy Searle. Meanwhile, back on the offensive side of things, Lucas Littlejohn working out of the corner. Will get back for Budway. No shot here. Budway for Plotchers.
Oh!
Shovel shot from Budway as the pass was returned right in front of Origlieri.
Budway's a skilled player. He's had some pretty slick plays tonight. And add that one to the list.
Long was trying to find Coulson, who wasn't aware of it, so Whitby there to pick it off, and Sorketti couldn't bring down the Chad Goldman pass.
I think you're starting to see the fatigue with Orangeville a little bit in the legs and mentally a little bit too. We've seen some unforced errors, some uncharacteristic kind of bad decisions here for the Northmen. Hard to say, but I think you chalk some of that up to being fatigued. And we'll see if they can kind of muster up some strength here with 14 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, gut check time for sure.
100%.
I know they say it about every trophy in sports, but that's why they say that the Minto Cup is one of the hardest to play. They get 1 day off after that emotional win in Game 5, and they're going to go another day off before they go back-to-back here in this series coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it comes fast and furious, and it's definitely it's a physical process. This is a violent game, a physical game, and it's a war of attrition in many aspects.
Well, and how many of these guys played tonight and, they're going to work tomorrow?
100%. 100%.
Work or school if it was earlier on in the season, so no time to rest and rehydrate, really. Which makes us all the more, what they're doing out there, all the more special. Out to the outside, Sorketti one-on-one with Edwards. Saw his lane closing with Hunt, who's back out there again. And Origlieri having a lot of trouble with this. We'll just bat it into the corner and let Elijah Edwards do his best with it. I think Edwards thought that was
Edwards thought it was on the shot clock.
Thought that was on the 8 count, so he turned and fired, but the shot clock reset. Yeah,
I mean, kind of another mental error, right? You've seen kind of stacking these up and plays that you just didn't see Orangeville making in the Oakville series.
Left-handed catch made by Origlieri. And I wonder if Whitby's picked up on that as they're starting to push every time now in the offensive zone here against Orangeville. A reminder that Whitby made short work of St. Catharines Athletics. They've been off for over a week now, as Matthews will spin back on this side. Belair sends it off the post after disposing of his defender. And now we'll battle for this rebound. No one had gained possession off the shot, and it will be Whitby that brings it up and over center.
Yeah, good look. Another nice play by Belair. He's had a nice night tonight. But back to the fatigue point, too. We don't have official shots on the clock here in Whitby, but it just seems like Whitby's been playing a lot of offense here in the third period.
Working out of the corner. Sorketti comes out, took a hit afterwards, and that's going to cause a conversation here. But regardless, Gabriel Sorketti makes it 8-5.
Whitby's had a number of good looks. One of them is going to go in. Area has been outstanding tonight, but they've had a number of good looks, and they've had a lot of success getting underneath their defenders here right on top of the crease. Just a real slick move by Soroketti, and that has the presence of mind to realize that he's open. And wow, yeah, pays the price for it too. We were talking a second ago about the war of attrition piece, and Soroketti takes a nice one there for going in the middle. But hey, when you score, it hurts a little less.
For Soroketti, his first. 5 different goal scorers now on the game for Whitby, who, like I said last period, have just kind of very quietly stretched this to a 3-goal lead now.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the game, as we were talking about Orangeville defense, Whitby offense, and really the story so far has been the Whitby defense and the play of Caleb Martin in the goal, really locking this thing down after a quick start from the Northmen.
Well, it has been a strong defense for this Whitby squad throughout the season, but they kind of get lost given what Brock Haley and company did on the other end of the floor this year.
100%.
Liam Perro says, sit down, young man. See if Orangeville can capitalize as the body's starting to flow now. And we're getting a cross-checking penalty as Noah Millsap went down. That was
nice play,
rough and tumble playoff lacrosse.
Yeah, nice play from Liam Jerome Bettis Perro there. Just getting the truck stick going and like it's Madden 06 in the middle of the field here.
Well, here it is.
Yeah, I couldn't get on the replay.
And as they continued through,
yeah, it makes a good pass too. Good look for Millsap.
Cross-check into the numbers. No argument from here anyways. As the penalty comes to Carter's shot. As we said, our crew will be in Brampton tomorrow night. Brampton Memorial Arena. If you're anywhere near that barn, wear your shorts because it's going to be a hot one. As the Toronto Beaches and Burlington Chiefs will do battle in the other semifinal, set for 5 games. And as we said, unfortunately, the only one that will be able to broadcast to you live. The other buildings, Ted Reeve is getting ice in, which is kind of hard to play lacrosse on in the playoffs, so they'll move to Leaside Arena for the rest of it. And Central Arena in Burlington, scheduled now up on Ontario Junior Lacrosse.com before our coverage of this series continues with Game 2 Sunday, and we'll be back here for Game number 3 on Monday night at 8 p.m.
Yeah, I love the move too. Central Arena is one of the hottest in the circuit, so Beaches just says, let's play in Brampton, the next hottest arena on the circuit. Just make it a theme of the series.
Well, we were talking about this series, we went, man, Iroquois Park's really hot. Man, Tony Rose is really hot. I said, you know what? They're all really hot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed
Fair
yet
enough.
or not.
Fair enough.
You know, some of these newer arenas like the track that have air conditioning spoil us a little bit, but also, you know, you get the squeak of the shoes. They're just nothing like it as we get back to a full season and full playoffs for the first time in 3 years here in Ontario and throughout Canada. Of course, Rocky Mountain also in their playoffs. They've been there for a couple weeks, and BC Junior A getting set to crown the team that will come east for the Minto Cup. Coulson to the outside, shot there from Marquis. Goes overhand that time. The rare overhand shot from Colton Marquis.
Yeah, it has a couple different releases. We've seen that play from Orangeville throughout the playoffs. Have 2 guys seal the top player for Whitby and let Marquis come around, and he shoots the lights out. He's had a lot of success with it in other games. Nice save by Martin there, getting to a shot that other goalies have had trouble with this year.
Ben McDonnell will push this to the corner, looking for Poitras. Reaches around a double team. What a pass there to find Peyton Wallace, and then cuts to the net. Nearly got rewarded. What a shift.
Such a smart player. Seems like he just does so many things for this Whitby club. Every time he makes a play, it's a savvy play and one that produces a good result for his team.
So many years, Derek Keenan was the head coach here in Whitby, and the Edmonton/Saskatchewan teams that he were a part of, drafted so many Whitby players. Sean Williams is now at the helm of the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. You wonder, as the Haleys, Poitrases, and Pfeiffers start to come out of this system, and Dyson Williams as well.
100%.
How many of those names might be wearing, I think it's a black uniform. Has that even been released yet?
Not sure.
It's going to look great. That's
It's going
all
to
I
look
know.
sweet. The logo's sweet.
Matthews looking to the far side. Coulson couldn't get there as that ball went down, and we got a 2-on-1 here for Whitby. They'll switch sides. Looking here for Jack Oldman, and Origlieri fell. Had a bit of trouble getting up initially, but he is back upright and looks to be okay. That just kind of looked a little funny, the way that he went down in that crease. Orangeville, you can breathe a sigh of relief. As Bucktooth will get it to Drake Deer. What a drag move from Deer. And ball bounced high, intended for Millsap. He got tangled up. The officials will be there to separate those two as McDonnell runs it across center.
Yeah, that was a nice looking finish there from Deer. Another nice save by Martin, taking away the far side of the goal there. But I like the move from Deer, getting his stick out from his body, trying to reach it across the goal.
Couple moves here from Budway, cutting through everybody to get in on the crease of Origlieri. He'll make the save as the rebound rolls out into the corner on his right side. The only other stat that we haven't mentioned yet, Whitby in this building 11-1 if you include their 2 playoff wins against St. Catharines here on this season.
Yeah, really a staple of all top end junior A teams. You got to protect your own barn. It's got to be a hard place to come in and win games, and that's been true of Orangeville for years, and obviously true of Whitby this year, and many, many other years as well. This is a hard place to come in and come away with 2 points.
Starting to lock in a little tighter is the defense as Julian Belair was pushed in the crease. So back on our right-hand side, here's Poitras again. Poitras for Haley, who's been quiet since that first period hat-trick goal coming right out of the second intermission, but still with 3 on the night. As Poitras has it in the corner again. Haley pops out of the pile. Back for Poitras. He has to go high to bring that one down. Low shot on Origlieri, who will make the save.
Boy, Origlieri's just been there every time. A lot of good looks for Whitby. Like I said, it feels like they played a lot of offense. I think this Orangeville team's hitting the wall a little bit fatigue-wise, but Origlieri's giving it a shot. 3 goals in 6 minutes. Much crazier things have happened.
Bucktooth for Coulson. Faked the pass up top, then took it for real. They get it back to Liam Matthews on the near side. Matthews has played both sides of the ball here tonight as Coulson again pays for taking the long route around the net, and that one comes at the tail end of the shot clock as well.
Yeah, you can hear the Whitby defenders banging the boards after that one. They're fired up. They know they're locked in a pretty good zone right now, and they want to finish it out.
Haley shooting space opens up for him, and
good offense there by Whitby, swinging the ball. Haley does a nice job of hunting shots off the ball, so when he gets it, he can get rid of it quickly. Hard for Origlieri to pick it up, but he's up to it.
Interesting is Ferguson jumped in to switch the ball there. Feel like we're back at the MLB All-Star game. Look out, Bucktooth shot, and Martin doesn't know where it is. It sat dormant in the crease. Bucktooth could have picked that out, but I think just batted it towards the net, which is a crease violation. And a free possession perhaps for Whitby, and we may be in go time here for Orangeville with under 5 minutes left here in the period.
Yeah, you certainly start thinking about it, especially
Knox, after Pfeiffer battled through a high defensive set, Origlieri falls on top of his man, and Hayden Long will scamper away.
Sorry, I was going to say, especially with such a long drought here for Orangeville, maybe you look for a way to spark something, go 6-on-5 earlier than you normally would.
Over a half hour without a goal as Matthews wheels over the top. Liam Matthews for Aiden Long. His shot will end up in the pad of Martin, who again, since coming on in relief, 2 goals allowed.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it. He's been outstanding here for Whitby.
4 minutes to go in this, the first game of the best of 5 series. Ontario Junior Lacrosse League semifinals. With the Minto Cup in Ontario, the winner of this series will clinch a berth to the national championship in Brampton starting August the 22nd. Colton Barnett across center. Now Bucktooth will go for Searle. We saw him take a brief trip down the tunnel, but Searle is back out there. Searle run out wide into the corner. Bucktooth will set a screen. Searle has the ball stripped away, perhaps by Carter Schott, as now Lucas Littlejohn, the Pickering Panthers national champion trip.
Yeah, nice D there by 14 Peyton Wallace, and also Littlejohn forcing a turnover. Whitby's just been all over the ball. Tons of ball pressure, not letting Orangeville swing it and get their hands free. It's been impressive all night.
Here's Haley with Trey Deere on defense. Riley Knox will spin and fire. What a save from Origlieri. Didn't look like much, but just leaned over to the left to take what of the net was there away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not no goalie expert by any means. A pretty unconventional save there by Origlieri, getting his shoulder all the way down to pick up that bouncer.
Trey Deere kind of caught flat-footed a little bit there on offense as it bounces over to the far side. Colton Marquis, he'll pick up with 2.5 to go here in the period. Marquis and the Orangeville fans wanted a call, not going to get one as the ball bounces wide of the net for another shot clock violation.
Yeah, same story there. Owen Topper just getting on Marquis. We've seen Marquis be successful in isolation plays all playoff long. Really hard to guard in space, and Marquis just sticks with him. Maybe a little bit of a hole, but does a nice job of disengaging when he gets close to the penalty, and just really good on-ball defense, not letting Orangeville get anything going here.
Here's Parker Pfeiffer finding Haley, and he'll score late in the game. That pushes the lead to 4.
I think the most impressive part of this play for Haley is the little one more step he takes once he catches it. Nice cut here. Really good two-man with Pfeiffer. Most guys would shoot it right here. Instead, he tucks it, keeps going, gets across the goal. I mean, that's just poise in front of the net. And what a finish, and 4 goals now for Haley as he's almost matched Orangeville's total by himself. What we expected coming into this game.
And with the celebration, you can sense perhaps that he sees a Game 1 victory in his sights. 9-5 now. As a bit of a delay, there's an extra ball on the floor. And a clean face-off win from Jack Oldman. Both teams do have a timeout here in the third period.
Obviously, 2 minutes still to play here. It's a cliche, it is for a reason, because it's true, and that's a series doesn't start till the road team wins a game, right? So if you're the Orangeville going into the locker room after this game, you're saying, you know what, not our night, short rest, but we're going back to Tony Rose here.
And Poitras will make it 10 now, doubling up Orangeville. As that long night continues, and it could indeed be a long bus ride home.
Yeah, you had a feeling this was coming for Poitras. He's been around the goal absolutely all night. Like I said, just so smooth, just kind of glides around the floor. You'll see him slide around this pick, increase his angle, and just pipe it in. That's got to feel good. Obviously not the most consequential goal in terms of this game, but to get one before going into the next game, especially after he's had so many good chances, that's got to feel good for Adam Poitras.
Well, it's not a series until you lose at home, but with the series so short, this is a best of 5. It's not 7, so another loss here, and if indeed Whitby can hang on for the next, 87 seconds or so, this would be
100%.
12-1 in this barn, so Sunday becomes near must-win territory for the Orangeville Northmen should they drop this one here.
Yeah, I mean, taking into consideration that Orangeville did just reverse sweep Oakville, but in the 5-game series, the game 2 is just huge. The difference between 1-0 or 1-1 and 2-0 is so big. So as this series shifts to back to Tony Rose, the message for Orangeville is we got to come in and protect home floor. They made it really hard on themselves against Oakville, not doing that in Game 2. They got to go home and protect it. And if you're Whitby, you're saying we go steal one at Tony Rose and we come back to our own barn with a chance to send ourselves to the Minto Cup.
Orangeville are the defending champions. We saw earlier this season they unveiled that 2019 banner. And they want to keep it that way, want to play for the right to defend their Minto Cup championship. Two teams that did meet here in the Minto Cup in 2012. Orangeville won that game 8-7 in overtime. Back in 2012, Rob Hellier, 10.5 minutes into the extra period from Jason Noble. Dylan Ward, the winner that night. Alexis Bouquet in net for the Whitby Warriors is just getting to the Minto Cup, the names that we mentioned. I mean, a lot of those players end up getting drafted as well, so
100%.
There's the horn, and that'll put a cap on a 10-5 win here for the Whitby Warriors, who continue to roll here in the playoffs. Another big night for Brock Haley and their offense, but how about the evening for Caleb Martin, who comes in after 3 goals allowed, 5 minutes and 15 seconds into the first period, and allows 2 goals from there on out.
Yeah, and really settled in too. His 2 goals are both in the first period. Pitches a 40-plus minute shutout to end the game. We knew that Orangeville might struggle to score a little bit, but certainly didn't think that it was going to be a 40-minute drought just to end the game.
54 minutes and 45 seconds of shutout ball for Caleb Martin and the Whitby defense. As we're back at it tomorrow, the other semifinal, the first game of that series in Brampton between Toronto and Burlington. It is a 7:30 start. 7? What's the game time tomorrow? I should know this. It'll be on the YouTube channel. Subscribe and you'll get a notification when we go live. Trust me, we won't miss it when we get there tomorrow. Paula Jean says, this series returns on Sunday. That one's a 7 p.m. start time for sure on that. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Brampton on behalf of Jonathan Donville, my partner, our director tonight, Chris Main, and our producer, Gary Morrison. That'll do it from here at Iroquois Park Sports Center. I'm Matthew Carrick, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.